Okay, so I'm super excited about the endless summer hydrangeas that we have right here. Look how many blooms are on these. I don't know what happened. Like I did the normal thing. They've got some leaf mulch under there. I fertilized them. I think like the normal amount. I don't know, but they're just absolutely covered in blooms. The one thing I noticed is I think the blooms are probably going to be smaller, like more and smaller blooms. I'm okay with that. In the past, they've been a bit bigger, but already starting to show their beautiful blue color that they're going to have in the at their peak. They're, I would say, still a few months away from their peak right now. I tend to think of peak hydrangeas, I want to say maybe August for these. So I think maybe my theory of why they're doing so well is this spring we didn't have like a cold snap like we have had many times in the past. And what happens with the hydrangeas when they have a cold snap, like usually in February, I'm starting to see them put on leaves, and then we get a hard freeze, and then it's kind of like they have to start over. Well, that never happened this year, and so I think they just got a really good start on the year, and just awesome. I'm very, very excited about these. Less impressive for now, but this is a fairly new plant. It's not a hibiscus, but it's in the hibiscus family, and it makes beautiful purple flowers. And so it's, again, I'm blanking on the name of what it is, but it's kind of in the hibiscus or like Rose of Sharon family, and it's gonna probably get to be about as tall as me, so it's not going to get too crazy, and I think it's going to be a really nice complement for the hydrangeas. Okay, so one thing I definitely want to talk about is a lot of work that I and honestly the whole family did this year just to kind of get this year's garden ready. So big change that we have, as you can see, these stone walkways that I guess I did this part. I installed these stone paths, and it kind of is to just highlight this. So I really tried to formalize, I guess, this area around these planters. So we had these tiered planters last year, and then I installed some round metal ones also over the winter. And so what really was a team effort for our family was I ordered a chip drop, and we had a gigantic mountain of wood chips.
Should we wave to you? Or like, should we know that there's a camera there? Or is it like, it's like, we're not supposed to notice?
So I use that to kind of just like mulch out this area and try to make it basically navigable, because if it's not, then like if we hadn't done it, then it would just look like that, and it would be really hard to just walk around here. So there's still some work to do. There's still some things that are popping through, and I'm probably going to come through maybe with just some spray to keep this area clear, just so that I can move around easily. But this is just an extension of the garden that we built this year, and does not get as much sun as on the deck. So mostly what we're going to have here probably is greens. so this is a little bit of a transitional phase right now. I have some new parsley growing, got some carrots going. This is bok choy. Bok choy is doing well. I have many of these fava beans, which are soil enhancers, and so let me see if I can find an actual, like, here's the bean pod you can see. So I'm gonna let that get a little bit bigger. Earlier this morning, I harvested some that were, full size, and so I got to eat some fresh fava beans today, which I really like. But I think a lot of this stuff is kind of coming to the end, and so probably what it will be replaced with is more grains and flowers, and back here is going to be beans and squash. So actually I already have that going. Here you can see a bean plant. Here you can see some zucchini that sprouted, and kind of next on my to-do list is I'm gonna install, like, I guess it's like a teepee, kind of like I just put sticks that kind of form a teepee shape, and that way the beans and the squash will be able to climb it, and they grow really well together. So that's what I have in both of these round planters. And so we kind of tried to make the wood chip area and the area that you can walk easily, like you can kind of see where we tried to do that. It is already starting to have Virginia creeper encroach on it, so I probably will come in here and just like spray a little bit just to kind of keep it under control. Obviously, it's going to be there, and that's totally fine for the area that's just forest, but I think the goal is just to have some area where we can walk easily and not have it be forest and have it be more like a garden. So this is a little bit of a challenging area. These are the last planters that I think these are gonna stay, and they do get quite a bit of shade though. So I'm really still trialing just to see what works here. This is sage, which is a couple of years old, and so it's pretty well established. Probably, this is probably going to do fine. I have some carrots growing here, which actually seem to be doing well. Like if you kind of zoom in, you can actually see, the carrots kind of starting to pop out there. So, some things do grow here. I'll probably put a whole bunch of cilantro here. In this bed, I have, this is called bloody sorrel. You can see why it's called bloody, because it's got the purple veining on the leaves. It tastes like, it's kind of a sour salad green that you can eat. I have some golden beets in here, more carrots, which I don't really know how these are going to do. Like, they don't look very promising. So you would think you would see some kind of carrot-like root there, but really there's not. So I don't know what's going to go there. So again, just kind of trialing these beds because they are just more shady. And the last thing that I'm happy with how it's going, put this arch in last year, and the goal is to have things climb it. And so on this side we have honeysuckle, which is kind of just coming into its flowering season right now. Really pretty, and doesn't need a ton of sun. I think this condition is exactly what it needs, and so it's going to kind of climb up here. And then on the other side, this is called a Jacob's Ladder climbing rose, and we just had a profusion of blooms, and I think so now it's in its foliage phase. You can kind of see we've got one left over here, but seems happy. I'm always nervous about growing roses because they're sort of famously vulnerable to different things and finicky about the growing conditions, but this one seems to be doing fine, and so I'm kind of training it to climb up And yeah, hopefully, eventually, we will have a fully covered arch right here.